I.S.U.P.K, nigga, I'm stuck in my ways. That's on them, letting cowards fill up they ranks. Goddamn, lost tribes got them following waves. Loyalty a lifestyle, nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm a saint, no New Orleans, it's going up. Next spot, we at the B&B. I'm turned up, I pull up in the SRT. Burning rubber, hey, U.P.K shit. Look, met her at the club, told her pull up to the lobby. She know I'm in the coat, we're all black, no Illuminati. This my other half shit, I can't move without it. These my motherfucking brothers, yeah, what I'm gonna do without them, yeah. If it's beef, I can't wait to sink my teeth in. Niggas going overboard, they off the deep end. Why you tripping off that hoe? That's some weak shit. Told him put me in the game cause I love defense. Yeah, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Yeah, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, I ain't gotta settle, I got options, ma. No, I stand on business, my name not Tazar. I'll pop you with this pocket rock. Feed a nigga shells like a taco truck. Hey, this bitch got sound effects, it go pew pew pew. I ain't tripping on no drink, got bottles in a room. I'm in Durham, North Carolina, bitch, it's 12 a.m. Look at them, they ain't none of us and we ain't them. I told him put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, hey, she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, hey, she say she find me interesting. Want me to call, yeah, yeah. U.P.K shit, man, you already know what it is. It's the 55th annual Passover, man, turn up. We gonna do this shit the U.P.K way, not the other way. You hear me? Yeah, yeah.
We good.
We on the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander Yahanna started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Teaching blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, you're the real Jews. Who we got online? We got Officer Kasaka Ahmad.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, who we got? Officer Sawaki Allah, I know one.
Right.
And
Truth Mataya.
In the building with us in the DC school, we have Officer Kwashia and Officer Kwashia. Definitely be holding it down. Today is a Wednesday scripture breakdown class. As always, Kwashia, let me know if there's any questions online. Let me know if there's any questions in the class or in the room. Give me 1 sec. Then we got a topic. What's the name of our topic?
The name of the topic is Hell is Prepared for America's Arrival.
Hell is prepared for America's arrival, man. If you're watching the news, let me tell you something. Any Christian, any Muslim, and when I say Christian, any Christian sect you can think of, from Catholic on down, right? Nobody could say that what's happening in the world matches what they've been teaching, except for the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm watching this stuff and I'm like, man, this thing's unfolding quick, right before our eyes. You understand? This thing's unfolding right before our eyes. And, it is a glorious thing, man. In fact, I think we pulled this scripture last time we was here. I definitely want to pull the scripture here again. Go ahead and Quash.
I have a question on Genesis chapter 12 in verse 16.
Hold on 1 sec.
This is when Abram went into Egypt, And Pharaoh gave him a whole lot of stuff for Karawakan. This is Genesis chapter 12 and verse 16.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 16. Go ahead.
And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen and asses and men servants and maid servants and she asses and camels. Now, he give that to Abram or did he give that to Sarai for
Genesis 12
and 16?
Okay, read again.
Khan. Genesis chapter 12, verse 16. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen and asses and men servants and maid servants and she asses and camels.
The question is, did he give these things to him?
Did he give them to Abram for Sarai or did he give it to Sarai?
Right. I believe this is when the Pharaoh saw her and he loved her?
Khan.
Let's go up a little bit to go to 11.
Khan. It is Genesis chapter 11, 12 and 11.
Right.
And it came to pass when he was come near to enter into Egypt that he said unto Sarai his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister.
So this is Abraham telling Sarah, don't tell me about my wife because they will kill me over you. You understand why? Why would they kill Abraham over her? Because they did not follow the law, were not covered that but another man's wife.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that law. That's what I mean. So in their case, they see a woman who's beautiful. The only way to get her is to kill the husband.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Why? Because they are just as the beast. Who else does that? The lion. You know what I mean? The lion sees a lioness. He's gonna have to kill the other lion to take her, and then kill the children also.
Mm-hmm.
That's who these heathens are. You understand what I mean? They're as beasts. That's why you have to understand when you have laws from the Lord, law, statutes, commandments, that's what separates you from being a beast. Right. Because this is what a beast would do. He would see another man with his wife, and we have to kill him for that. That's why when you start to live that lifestyle and you start killing people over women in the hood, you're following the heathens. You're now acting as a heathen. Go ahead, Chicago.
Salakia, just like in Ezekiel, I believe it's chapter 34, where the Lord refers, all through the Bible to the heathens as the beast of the field or the beast of the wilderness.
Right, exactly. Right? Go ahead.
Khan. And Salakia, verse 13. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with him for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. Right. And it came.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld a woman that she was very fair. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen and asses and men servants and maid servants and she asses and camels. And the Lord played Pharaoh.
What was the question again?
Did he give all that stuff to Abram for her?
No. Right? It tells you right in the verse, and he entreated Abraham well for her sake, meaning what? He was kind of with him, he treated him well. Right? Period. That's the end of that. And he had, now this is his riches. So there in his house, they tell you what Abraham has seen in his house. Mm-hmm. So this is not something he gave Abraham or gave Sarah. That's what I mean? This is what he has. So he entreated Abraham well for her sake, meaning that he thought this is her brother, and I'm going to impress him with my riches. You know what I mean? I'm going to show him my riches because he's treating him well. Of course, Abraham is enjoying all of this, but he's not giving it to Abraham, no.
Okay, kind of.
You think that he's giving to him as a dowry. That's not what's happening here. It's just that he treated him well upon their visit. And also, he had all these things. Now, Abraham has seen all the things he has, all the power he has, basically. Right? So, read verse 17.
Verse 17. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his servants, and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife.
Yeah. So, because the Lord knew what he was doing, plagues came to his house now. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it doesn't say anything where here that he gave it to him. And he had. It's not. When he says he, okay, who's the he in 16? After it says, and he
Pharaoh
entreated Abraham, Pharaoh. And Pharaoh, had sheep and this and that and that and that. That's all.
Kind of.
All right. Any other questions in the class?
There's nothing online right now, sir.
No, online?
Live, sir.
Good, brother. All right. Take me to what I need, right, for the topic. Luke 10:24.
Luke 10.
Luke 10:24. You go to Amos. I think pull the Amos forever, man. I won't pull Amos over. Keep it cute. We might go there again because it is ridiculous how this is mashing up with what's on the news. Let me keep it cute.
Luke what, sir?
Luke chapter 10, verse 24. Good. Go ahead and read for me, please.
Luke chapter 10, verse 24. For I will tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Many. Read it one more time for me.
Verse 24. For I tell you that many prophets,
Moses, Daniel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Nehemiah, you name them. Many prophets before you. Go ahead.
and kings have
You're talking King Solomon, King David. Many kings, go ahead,
have desired to see those things which ye see.
These things that you're seeing now, a lot of them are designed to have seen it. You understand what I mean? Go ahead.
And have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Think about John the Revelator. You understand what I mean? How he had visions of heaven, and we went through it recently where when nobody could open the book, he cried. Think about him. Think about all the saints who are praying for judgment. The patience of the saints. Think about all of them. They wish they could see what you're about to see today. What you're about to see here in your lifetime. You understand what I mean? What's getting ready to happen right here in America. Go ahead, bro.
Luke chapter 10, verse 25. And behold, a certain lawyer stood up.
That's it for that. That's what I need for that. I said, these things about to happen right now, bro. It is absolutely ridiculous. And if you're watching the news and you compare it to what you've learned here in the school, in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander Yahanna, you're the only person on earth not confused as to what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody right now is still hoping that there's no World War III. But guess what we know?
It's here.
It's going to happen. And it's happening right now, as you say, Bakwash. You understand what I mean? It's already started. It's already here. And it's not slowing down. You understand? It's not going to slow down. People are hoping, people are trying to decide who's going to be the best president for them. Well, it doesn't matter. You understand? The Lord's will be done. You understand what I mean? Whoever the Lord feels like making a fool in the end, whoever the Lord feels like humiliating in the end, that's who's going to win the election. You understand what I mean? Whoever the Lord feels, you know what? I'm going to put your name in the history books. That's who's going to win the election. The children of Israel will be talking about you for a long time. That's who's going to win the election. It doesn't matter. You understand what I mean? Because the Lord's will is going to be done regardless. And say neither one of them is going to be able to come up and stop what's about to happen on the earth. You understand? It's happening everywhere. If you look at it in the UK, the riots in UK, bro. You understand what I mean? The riots in UK, the nations are stirred up. The riots happening in UK. What's happening right here in the US? You understand what I mean? What's happening, actually, somebody Google for me, how many people have fled the land of Israel since October? Or just how many people have fled the land of Israel recently? Google definitely. Go ahead, say it out loud.
Well, hold, Slakia. Let me just read the whole thing. Slakia. 550,000.
550,000 have fled the land of Israel since when?
Salakia. First 6 months of the war, since October.
Since October. That's what I mean. What's happening? What's happening with that? Like that and everything that's happening in the world. Who can tell me what's happening? Go ahead.
There's no peace in the Middle East.
There's no peace in the Middle East. But what's happening is basically this. The Lord is about to clear that place out. You understand? The Lord is about to clear that place out. Why is the Lord about to clear that place out?
They're not supposed to be there. Okay. They're not supposed to be there?
Okay. They're not supposed to be there. Who's supposed to be there?
The Israelites?
The Israelites. So put 2 and 2 for me together. The Lord is clearing that place out because they're not supposed to be there. But the Israelites are supposed to be there. Why is the Lord clearing the place out? Put 2 and 2 together. Go ahead, bro.
He wants his children back in the land?
He wants his children. Give me Isaiah chapter 14. Go ahead, bro.
Of the numbers, that's like 60,000 people a month.
Yeah. Running, fleeing. Actually, before we go to Isaiah, right? Give me the verse where, because Commander Yahanna always says this, and I always look for it when I'm analyzing this thing. If you want to understand what's happening today, what do you examine? Shabbat.
Joel 3 and 2. The Lord gather all nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat.
You're not there yet.
Constantly.
But it's true. You're not wrong. I'm on a different point. If you want to understand what's happening today, what do you have to study? If you listen to Commander Yahanna, he says this all the time. If you want to understand what's happening today, in the last days, in the final part of the days, in the end, what do you have to study? Shabbat.
The history of it. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of it.
There's a specific point in history you have to study.
Oh.
Go ahead, Shabbat.
When Moses brought us out.
The Exodus. Exactly. You got to study the Exodus to understand what's happening here. You know what I mean? So get me in the book of Exodus what the Lord told Moses he was going to do for Moses. And you're going to understand what's happening here. Where the Lord told Moses, I'm paraphrasing, I'm going to go ahead of you and do what?
Clear out the land.
Give me that verse. Who knows where it's at? You know when the officer comes out because on.
Come on. Exodus 23 and 30.
Sounds right.
This is Exodus chapter 23 and verse 30. Verse 30 and 31. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee until
Go up a little bit.
Khan.
Go up 2 verses from here.
Exodus 23 and 28. And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites from before thee.
A little bit, 2 more.
Verse 26. There shall nothing cast their young, nor be barren in thy land. The number of thy days I will fulfill. I will send my fear before thee.
I will send my fear before thee. Go ahead.
And will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come.
And will what?
Destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come.
This is the Lord, our power, speaking to Moses, his prophet. And it says, this is what I'm going to do. As you head towards that land, I'm going to go ahead of you. I'm going to do what?
And I will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come.
I'm going to destroy everybody. I'm not sending you over there to. Why isn't God sending Moses over there to convert the people to the true religion? Huh? Why isn't he going over there to show them about, teach them about the true God? He's not going there. He's not sending Moses to them. He got to go and put the garbage away before they come through. You understand what I mean? He's going over there to devastate them. And that's what Christians don't understand. You can't go over there and convert nobody. God never authorized you to convert. No. Well, you have no business in the Bible in the first place. So let's start there. You understand what I mean? All these heathens, talking about these Christians and stuff like that. Everybody is trying to find themselves in the Bible except for us.
Right.
Everybody's trying to belong in the Bible except for us. I guarantee if you go right now and tell the Chinese that they're God's chosen people, they're going to say, you know what? That's the smartest thing you ever said. You see what I mean? Everybody wants it. If you go tell the Arabs that you're God's chosen people, they're going to say, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That's it? Go ahead, Shapak.
Salaki, it's crazy how they all looking to find themselves in the Bible and they right in there, but they look over their own history.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't want to be who they don't want their seat. No. That seat that's marked for them, they don't want to sit in that seat. They want to sit in your seat. Because even Christ said, had I gone to the heathen, they would have accepted me. Christ said that to the Israelites. Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean? The Lord here, he's going ahead of Moses. He's not going over there to prepare them to the love and mercy of God. That's not why he's going ahead of them. Read again, Bukwash.
Khan. Verse 20.
Actually, bro, could you take the reading for me, please? Bukwash, let's focus on the reading.
Khan.
Please.
Exodus 23, verse 27. I will send my fear before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come.
This God here does not exist in the Christian church. Yes, I mean, this God here does not exist. He's going to send his fear before Moses. And will do what? And destroy all the people. Go ahead.
To whom thou shalt come. And I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 28. And I will send hornets before thee.
I will what?
I will send hornets before thee.
I will send hornets before thee. Go ahead.
Which shall drive out the Hivite.
Let me tell you something, man. And this has been happening. The hornets before thee has actually, you know what, Bukwash? Hold up for me. And this, nobody talks about this.
I think I know where you're going.
Where I'm going with it.
I think the military has like a.
Who?
The military has like a. I think they have like a missile or something called Hornets.
Nah. I'm talking about real hornets, man. I'm talking about the Lord's hornets. Pull up for me. Hajj. Swarm. Search Swarm and Hajj. Look at what has been happening in Hajj. Nobody talks about it. All these proud Muslims, Allahu Akbar, blah, 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 blah. Nobody's talking about this here. What do you find when you pull that up? Look up locusts in Hajj. Or at the Kaaba.
Locusts in Kaaba.
Mm-hmm. At the Kaaba. What do you find?
It's just showing. It's not showing what. It's just showing, you know, the cobblestone and whatnot.
You put locust?
I put locust kind on kind.
And what is it showing? You not showing the swarms?
No, it's showing swarms of people, but the other one, when I put in hornets
Mm-hmm.
and Hajj,
Mm-hmm.
it showed people laid out. Show some people laid out.
Shows people laid out. Let's see if I can send you this.
Start from it.
Go ahead.
Mecca's grand mosque plagued by a swarm of locusts.
That's what I need. Go ahead.
A massive swarm of locusts plagued Mecca, Saudi Arabia earlier this week.
Check your
Mecca.
phone. Go ahead.
Prompting authorities at Islam's holiest site to launch a cleaning operation to remove them.
They've been receiving, and this didn't happen just once. They've been getting locusts and all types of bugs and all types of floods at Hajj. And not to mention the heat wave not too long ago that killed like 600 people. You know what I mean? Not to mention that. They've been receiving plagues over there, and nobody's talking about it. You understand what I mean? Because when the Lord is coming through, that's what he starts to do. The brother just read it. He's going to send the hornets. You understand what I mean? That should be the first sign that, okay, the Lord is not with us. You understand what I mean? Okay, we're in trouble. Because we've seen this play before.
Right.
You understand what I mean? We've seen this play before. Read it again for me, bro.
From the top,
Mm-hmm.
sir? Exodus 23, verse 28. And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite, the Canaanite, and the Hittite from before thee.
Now, here's the funny thing, right? Those three nations that just mentioned there, where are those nations today? Officer Chicago.
Africa.
Are they?
So what three nations say again?
Read it again.
And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite, the Canaanite, and the Hittite.
Okay. Let me give you a quick history lesson. You know where Canaan is today? Go ahead, Chicago.
I thought that was like the South Africans.
Palestine. The so-called, or the Philistines. That's that land, which is really what? The land of Israel. From that, what they call that strip, they call the land of Israel, all the way to Gaza and half of Saudi Arabia. That's all the land of Israel. The Lord's getting ready to send Moses into that land. Now, when you say, I know why you say Africa, because the Canaanites, these Arabs are not dead. The Canaanites was in those lands before. You understand? The real Canaanites, those were the Africans. But that land is what he's talking about. He's not talking about the people. He's talking about the land. He's going to drive whoever's in that land out of the land. That's what the Lord was telling Moses. Right? And that's that same region. He's driving them out for who to come there. Why is he driving them out? Who's going to come into those lands?
His chosen people.
His chosen people. And it's the same play today. You understand? It's the same play today. That's why often you hear, you probably hear it very rarely, but you hear the people of Palestine say, oh, we're the Canaanites. I don't know if you ever heard them say that before, because that's that land. You understand? The land of Canaan, God, the Lord gave that land to his people. He drove the Canaanites out. That's why, who's he talking to there? Moses, right? He's not sending Moses into those parts of Africa he just mentioned. He's sending them to where? Their homeland. That's why you have to drive those people away. That's what I mean? Keep reading, bro.
Exodus 23, verse 29. And I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolated,
Go ahead.
and the beasts of the field multiply against
The
thee.
Lord's calculated. You know what I mean? He's going to move them out gradually. As he moves you in, he's moving them out. Let the beasts of the field multiply against thee. Go ahead.
Verse 30. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee.
That's why you're going to start seeing locusts swarming Mecca. You're going to start seeing wars happening, people fleeing. Right? That's what's happening now. Go ahead.
Until thou be increased and inherit the land.
Until you gain power in those lands and inherit the land. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 31. And I will set thy bonds from the Red Sea even unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert unto the river.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. You ever heard that term? That's the sea and river they're talking about. That sea and river does not belong to them. They have no business there. You know what I mean? They have no business there. But they're saying from the river to the sea. What river, what sea? That right there. So the Lord is telling you from the river to the sea, you're going to have that land. They're saying from the river to the sea, they're going to have that land. Let's see who wins. Let's see who's right and who has authority to give land to who. Right? Keep reading.
For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand.
I will what?
I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand.
Shaphat, get me Isaiah 14 ready, please. Go ahead.
And thou shalt.
I will deliver the inhabitants of that land
into your hand.
Into your hand. Brother, if you over here crying for the children of Palestine, you need to start crying yet. So you need to start crying yet. Because they're not willing to give up that land. You got to go and take it from them, right? Keep reading.
And thou shalt drive them out before thee.
Go ahead.
32. Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
No, you should go and introduce them to your God and show them how you live.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Go ahead.
Nor with their gods. Verse 33.
Nor with their gods. Meaning what? They're gonna still have their gods. I mean, you're not converting them. You're not converting them. You understand what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 33. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me.
That's the point right there, right? What chapter you in?
Exodus 23, verse 33.
Go ahead.
For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto thee.
Right. Go ahead.
That was it on chapter.
That's it?
32.
Gotcha.
I also need I'm gonna tell you another thing that's gonna happen. Give me Judges chapter 3. Judges chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Let me hear that. I think this is it. This is the one I'm looking for. Dwell for reading that, brother. I mean, you excellent job. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen. That land there is gonna be nothing but war over there. Nothing but war. That's why Shaphat was getting ready to go into the book of Amos. You read the book of Amos, chapter 1, it's exactly what's happening over there.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It names God by name. You understand what I mean? Imagine in the entire book. I don't want to make this into a Muslim versus us thing, but in the entire book of the Quran, you will not see the words Gaza in there. You will not see it. You will not see Palestine in there. You know why you'll see it? In the Bible. And it's doomed for them. You see what I mean? It's doomed for them. Who got it? Judges chapter 3.
Come. Book of Judges, chapter 3.
Let me show you how the Lord works. Go ahead.
Come. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
This is a later time where the Lord did the same thing, but he left. He says what? Read one more time from the top.
Come. Book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 1. Now these are the nations.
Now he left, like when he drove people out, he left remnants, groups behind. Right? These are the nations, go ahead.
Come. which the Lord left to prove Israel by them.
Which the Lord left. Why? So the Israelites could teach them about the true love of God. Go ahead, Shabbat.
So he could basically train them so they could know war.
That's in Hebrew Academy. That's in Hebrew Academy when Christ come back. You're gonna learn war. You're gonna learn war. You know what I mean? Any nation left over, you're not going over there to love them. They're not being left over so you can go and tend to their wounds and tell them it's gonna be okay and come join us. And hey, take my daughter for marriage. Give me your none of that. They were left over to prove Israel for what?
Oh God. To prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
Because why? You don't know all the wars of Canaan. You don't know nothing about the warfare. You don't know nothing about the warfare. You only hear about those things. You know what I mean? You don't even today, you don't even know you're those people. You don't even know you're the Israelites. Right. You don't even know we're the Israelites. Imagine how far off we are from knowing what war is. I mean, so those brothers there who did not know of all the wars of Canaan, what were the wars of Canaan? The wars that Moses fought, the wars that Joshua fought. You understand me? They don't know nothing about that. Well, they have to learn. They have to learn war. You understand me? They have to go make their own history. You heard about their history. You got to go make your own history that your children are going to read about, that your descendants are going to read about when they hear about this nasty place that you were stuck in called America, where you were heavily oppressed. You understand me? And the Hebrew was beaten out of you. You had to become, whatever they made you into. I mean, when your name was Calvin in America, Andrew, David, I mean, Scott. Go ahead.
Your name was Calvin and you worked at McDonald's.
That's it.
Calvin got a job.
Calvin got a job. What a joke. That's what I mean? You have to go learn more again. Go ahead. Is there more of that?
I'm constant. Oh, no, that was the end of that verse.
Keep reading.
I'm constant. Verse 2. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know to teach them war.
To what?
To teach them war.
So the generation of Israel might know and learn how to fight. Teach them war. You understand what I mean? To teach them war. Why? Because when you were in charge, brother, there's only one thing that's going to keep everybody in line. War. Power. Dominance. That's what the Lord wants to see. Why? The Lord is the man of war. You understand what I mean? Christians teach you going to heaven to go and sit with all nations of the rainbow. That's not what the Lord wants. You understand what I mean? What prophet before you, did not go to war? What king of Israel did not go to war? You understand? So read that again.
Okay, verse 2. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know to teach them war.
Go ahead.
At the least such as
the generations. Don't skip that part. The generations. Why is this the generations? Because everybody after you is supposed to learn this tradition, to learn the Yaikara, to learn to war. You understand what I mean? To learn to fight for their people, their nation. Right? Go ahead, keep reading.
Come. At the least such as before knew nothing thereof.
Right. You understand what I mean? Those who knew nothing about war, you about to learn war. You understand? Keep reading.
Okay, verse 3. Namely, 5 lords of the Philistines.
The Philistines, there they are again. Who are they? The people who are living in what give me another word for Philistine. What does the word sound like today? Go ahead, bro. Palestine. That's Philistines. You understand what I mean? That's them. Go ahead.
Okay. And all the Canaanites.
So when you see a lot of them fleeing, a lot of them running and stuff like that, but some of them say, no, we're never going to leave. They only stay for one reason, bro. It's a demon making them say, nah, stay right here. Stay right here. We got a purpose for you. That's what I mean? We got a purpose for you. Keep reading.
Okay. And all the Canaanites.
All the Canaanites, go ahead.
And the Sidonians. and the Hivites.
Those names sound familiar. We just read those names in another verse earlier. That's what I mean. That's all the people in that region. And you know what Israel really is? It's not that strip that they call Israel that there's imposters on. It's through, like, it's offensive how many people in our land. That's what I mean? Half of Saudi Arabia belongs to us. You understand what I mean? I'm good on that. What else I mean? Isaiah chapter 14.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1.
Questions online?
Line, sir.
Okay.
Before
we go to Isaiah, I told you, Q, give me Amos. So in case people say it's unfair what you're saying, here's what you have to understand, right? Man who was born in 1984 who think he could come in today and give his opinion. You understand what I mean? Those who was born in 1993 think they're gonna come and spread peace on earth. You know how long ago the Lord said, 2 nations are in thy womb. You know how long ago that was? You're gonna be born in 2002. And think you're gonna come and change all that? 2 nations are in thy womb. That's a long time ago, bro. Meaning that, what's my point? My point is you coming into some mess. Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean? You come into some mess that's beyond you. And what you gotta do is you gotta learn which side are you supposed to be on and play that side. That's all you gotta do. Okay? Amos chapter 1. Go ahead.
Call the book of Amos, chapter 1. The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen.
Skip me down to 5. Read 5. Actually, you know what? You twist my arm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 3.
I got daily news also. Go ahead. Okay.
Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Damascus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
This is the Lord telling you, do not pray for these people, man. The Lord's telling you, I'm not going to turn away the punishment. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Because they have threshed Gilead with threshing instruments of iron.
Go ahead.
But I will send a fire into the house of Hazael, which shall devour the palaces of Benadad.
Go ahead.
I will break also the bar of Damascus and cut off the inhabitant from the plain of Aven.
That's verse 3.
We got a 5 now.
Oh, go ahead.
Concert. Plain of Aven, and him that holdeth the scepter from the house of Edom, and the people of Syria shall go into captivity to Kir.
And the people of Syria shall what?
Go into captivity.
There we go. Syria. This is what God said about you, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No wonder you want to follow Muhammad instead. Muhammad doesn't have this kind of prophecy for you. Keep reading.
Concept. Unto Kir saith the Lord. Verse 6, saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza.
Of who?
Gaza.
Of Gaza. Here you go, Gaza. Free Palestine. Go ahead.
And 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
There's your answer. Well, if you're asking for God to free Palestine, there's your answer. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Because they carried away captive.
They what?
They carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom.
They carried away the whole captivity. Who is the whole captivity? There's a people that they took that was in that land. They took them, they gathered them, and they sold them to who?
Edom.
To Edom. Understand? For those of you who say the past don't matter and who is who, there's no such thing as nations, you need to find out who's who. You understand what I mean? Then you understand what's happening on this earth. When you understand who's Edom, who is, I mean, who are the Israelites? When you put those puzzles, the pieces of puzzles together, you understand who's on the earth, who's who on this earth, man, and exactly what's happening. You understand? When you understand that, then what's happening in Palestine will make sense. What's happening in the Middle East will make sense. I mean, go ahead, Mukwash.
Sir. Mathaya says, Slaka, is Zephaniah 2, 4 through 5 a precept for Amos 1 on this topic?
It sounds like it's, but yeah, go ahead. Put it in me here.
It's Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 4. For Gaza shall be forsaken.
You You ready? As soon as you saw that word. As soon as you saw that word, my brother, you already knew. Go ahead, read it.
Come on. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation.
Mm-hmm.
They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Verse 5. Woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nation of the Cherethites. The word of the Lord is against you. O Canaan, the land of the Philistines, I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitant.
That's it. Yes, that mean? That's it. I mean, that's why everybody's being driven out. That's why everybody's being driven out of that land. You understand what I mean? This is what's going to happen. But while that's happening now, what's going to happen here? You understand what I mean? While that's happening, because all this is happening simultaneously. What's going to happen here? I said, what you got for me, Officer Shabbat?
I'm still reading Amos, and then I got
Go ahead, Officer Shabbat.
Also, our water says, woe, 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 glorious scriptures.
Damn right, bro. Yes, what do you have with me?
along with Isaiah 14, and I'm still got Amos.
Drop Amos. I think we've beaten that up over the past couple weeks enough. Maybe this is know already. Actually, you know what? Get me, before we get to Isaiah 14, I need Isaiah chapter, is it 3? The day of the Lord is a day of darkness. That's what I need. That's what we need. You understand? To understand, for everybody who thinks, Jesus coming down from hugs, this is what's getting ready to happen right here in America. This is getting ready to happen right here in America, and you're going to see it. I mean, you're over here feeling bad and praying for the people of Palestine. You better start praying for yourselves. Pray for your children. You understand? I mean, you need to repent and change your lives, man. Coming to the school, maybe the Lord will have some mercy on you. I mean, the reason when I say coming to the school, maybe the Lord will have some mercy on you, it's not because when you come into the school and the Lord forgets all you did. No, that's not why the Lord might have some mercy on you. The Lord might have some mercy on you because we're gonna put you to work for the people you've harmed. You know what I mean? You're gonna put you to work for the people you've destroyed by selling them drugs. You're gonna have to go and fix them now. The people you used to unalive people, now you're gonna come and give people life. You know what I mean? So the Lord can really see that you've changed. Who got it? Is it Isaiah chapter 3? Let me see.
What verse?
Hold on. Give me Isaiah. Actually, no. Actually, take me to Amos. I'm looking at the wrong. Amos chapter 5.
5 and 18.
You got it.
Same as chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
And somebody else get me Joel chapter 2. Go ahead, Quasha.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord.
Everybody's desiring the day of the Lord. That's what I mean? Because to them, the day of the Lord is like Christmas. What was it? Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? When Santa Claus shows up. That's what the day of the Lord is to them. You understand what I mean? With gifts and presents, and every lust you have in your heart is what's coming on the day of the Lord. You understand? Read again, Quasha.
Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Woe unto you who desire the day of the Lord. Go ahead.
To what end is it for you?
Why are you asking for the day of the Lord? Go ahead.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
That's the day of the Lord. The darkness and not light. So the light you think you're getting is not that. It's a dark day. Go ahead.
Verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. God damn.
That's the day of the Lord. You think you fleeing from this danger here, but you ran into something else. You understand? As if a man fled with a lion and ran to a bear.
Mm.
Go ahead. Let's say if he escaped both the lion and the bear. Keep reading.
Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him.
That's the day of the Lord. I mean, what do Christians say? 7 years of bad luck. That's what's happening to them. Where everything's going wrong. That's the day of the Lord. Keep reading.
Verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light?
Go ahead.
Even very dark and no brightness in it?
Go ahead. These are scriptures that the Christian church never reads. You know what I mean? They think the day of the Lord is coming to like with jingle bells. Right, go ahead.
Verse 21. I despise your feast days.
Give me Joel. Give me Joel chapter 2. You know what I mean? This is what the day of the Lord is like when it comes to you, man. Go ahead. Joel chapter 2. Start in verse 25. Let me hear it.
Joel, chapter 1, verse 22.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Joel, chapter 2, verse 22.
20. Yeah, let me hear that.
Be not afraid, you beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness do spring. For the tree beneath her fruit beareth her fruit, the fig tree and the vine do yield their strength. 23, be glad then.
Verse 31.
Verse 31, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord.
No, the great and lovely day of the Lord.
The great and terrible day of the Lord.
Terrible day. You understand me? Go ahead.
32, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered.
Right. You understand me? And that's not the people who's calling on that day. Those are people who already have, you understand me, have been serving the Lord. You understand me?
Kind of.
Now give me Isaiah chapter 3. That's what I need. Isaiah chapter 3.
Okay, the book of Isaiah, chapter 3. For behold, the Lord of hosts.
Go to verse. This is what's going to happen in America. This is. Start in verse 1. Go ahead.
Okay. For behold, the Lord of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay of the staff, the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. The mighty man and the mighty.
When you read, when you hear about Jerusalem and Judah, automatically think about the land. Don't think about the land. The land is nothing without you. You understand? When he says speaking about that, he's speaking about you wherever you're at. You understand what I mean? He's speaking about the Judah, the Israelites. You understand? In their captivity. And he's gonna do what?
Come. That's not. Don't take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water.
Meaning what? Famine. That's coming here. Keep reading.
The mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet.
All that has been stripped from you. And this is not going to be, it has been stripped from you historically. That's why you got to go and learn war again. You understand what I mean? Through all the time you've been here, you've lost prophets. You haven't had prophets for a long time until 1969, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I mean? Go ahead.
Okay. And the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable man.
Ranks have been gone from you for a while. Go ahead.
and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, the cunning artificer, and the
Skip to verse 5.
Verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed.
This is America. The people shall be oppressed. Go ahead.
Every one by another, and every one by his neighbor.
Go ahead.
And the child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
Children will not respect their elders. You understand? Go ahead.
And the base against the honorable.
The base will disrespect the honorable. The base shall disrespect the honorable. Well, keep reading.
Verse 6. When a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, saying, Thou hast clothing, be thou our ruler, and let his ruin be under thy hand.
What's the saying there? What's this? Who could break that for me? This is hilarious. This is for all the politicians who have all the answers. This is what's going to happen in those days, in the days that's coming here. Read again, Shabbat.
When a man shall take hold of his brother,
a man's going to take hold of his brother, right? Go ahead.
Of the house of his father.
Of the house of his father. I mean, black men like him. Go ahead.
Saying, Thou hast clothing.
You have nice clothes. Go ahead.
Be thou our ruler.
Be our leader.
And let this ruin be under thy hand.
So we could say it's your fault. Go ahead, Shabbat.
It's like they're going to blame the pastors and them.
They're going to look for somebody. But here's the thing. The pastor, that's why they got to look for a man. But the pastor's going to, we ain't got nothing to do with this. Everybody's going to be quiet. Nobody wants this calamity to fall on them. I mean, so that's why it says a man will take his brother and say, all right, you got nice clothes. You be our leader. Because we need somebody to blame for this. You see what I mean? That day Jesse Jackson will be nowhere to be found. You understand? I wanted to rule when America was strong, not now. I mean, keep reading. 7.
In that day, verse 7, in that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be an healer. For
hell no. Hell no, I ain't gonna rule away. Go ahead.
For in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people.
When he says in my house is neither bread or clothes, I mean what? Go ahead.
I'm in the same boat y'all in.
I'm in the same boat you in. I can't do nothing. I can't even feed myself. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord to provoke.
Skipping to verse 12, please. I'm skipping through for the sake of time. You go ahead and read the whole thing. The whole thing applies to you, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. But for the sake of time, I'm just skipping through. Go ahead.
Verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Read that again.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
Children are their oppressors. Go ahead.
And women rule over them.
How embarrassing is that? Yes, I mean, you got a strong black woman in the house with Shabbat. Telling you when to come and when to go. Yes, what I mean? And you better pay all the bills, because she's the prize. Brother, the Lord, that's verse, Bukwash, where the Lord says, I will laugh at you. The Lord is laughing at us, man. A woman is ruling over you, Judah. Judah has a woman who tells him when to come and when to go. Imagine that. Judah has some wicked woman who has been given authority over him by I.S.U.P.K, her God. That is crazy. Understand? She rules over you. Keep reading.
O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Verse 13. And the Lord standeth up to plead, and standeth to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people.
Right, hold that. Hold that. Let's go to Isaiah 14 now. don't talk about that. I just want to show you a little bit of your life here in America. But now, what's about to happen here, brother? You understand what I mean? What's about to happen here in America? What's happening here in America? It's about to be epic. Right? It's about to be epic. In fact, I'm sorry to keep doing this to you, Shabbat. Before we even go there, we gotta go to what's the verse where the Lord says, you will no longer say the God who delivers out of Egypt. Give me that. I need that verse there. You understand what I mean? Because what's about to happen here is something that, you know, is gonna trump what happened in the book of Exodus. And that's not me saying that, that's the Lord saying that.
Jeremiah 16 and 14.
That sounds about right. Please get that for me.
Count on God.
That's what I mean. What's getting ready to happen here is something magnificent, brother. That's what I mean.
That's cold.
Yeah.
That's cold. 16 and 14.
You got it.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come,
The day is come, and it's right now, brother. Go ahead.
saith the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
No longer are people gonna say, when they want us to talk about a miracle of God, they're gonna refer to the sea splitting and Moses and Pharaoh and the death of the firstborn of every Egyptian. That's not gonna be the talk of the town no more. Read it again from the top.
Jeremiah 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
It's no longer going to be said, the Lord liveth who brought the children of Israel out of Egypt. Go ahead.
Verse 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Read that part again.
But the Lord liveth.
The Lord liveth. Go ahead.
That brought up the children of
The
Israel.
Lord of the who?
The children of
The
Israel.
children that people say don't exist anymore. The children of Israel. Go ahead.
From the land of the north.
What's the land of the north? Bro? Where is he talking about?
America.
North America. Damn right. You understand what I mean? That day is coming, man. Nobody's gonna talk about what happened. Not, I won't say nobody's gonna talk about it, but it's gonna trump that. Just because that will be forever be in our history books. The Lord's gonna do something here, brother. Where you gonna say, damn, we got something new to talk about. You know what I mean? We got something fresh to talk about. Do you see what happened in that land? That's what you're gonna be saying. Go ahead, Shabbat.
And Salaki, just like he did with Pharaoh, he put Joseph in the land, you know, through circumstance, and Joseph through the Lord will help Egypt become the most powerful nation while everything around it was suffering.
Everywhere you go, Shabbat. Everywhere you go, it's been the same case. Egypt was great. Why? Go ahead.
Because we were there.
Because you was there. Babylon was great. Why?
We were there.
Assyria was great. Why?
We were there.
The Medes and Persians were great. Why?
We were there.
Europe was great. Why?
Of course we were there.
America is great. Why?
We right here.
Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Go ahead, Shabbat.
It's like just talking about this particular verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest things that the Lord is known for is bringing us out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the whole reason why Egypt was even powerful was God put Joseph here so he could build them up just to tear them down.
1000% right. Why is America powerful?
Same reason.
Same reason. The same play. You know what I mean? It's the same play. It's the same setup, and the heathens fall for it every time. You know what I mean? And we fall for it every time. Because look at us. Like, this time here, we don't even know who we are. You understand what I mean? The Lord about to do something here in America. You think the death of the firstborn of every Egyptian was a horrible story for them. Wait till you see what happens to it. Ain't no what? Everybody. Everybody staying on the streets. Go ahead.
Like, sir, I believe I got a precept on point.
Go ahead.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 4.
That's what I was looking for, actually. Go ahead. I already know where you're going.
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people.
Go ahead.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
What's that talking about? I was gonna put that later, but what's that talking about?
Talking about how they, they ain't gonna need the war no more. They're gonna be slaves.
How you know that?
By this verse.
Obviously by the verse. But a lot of people use this and say it's just gonna be peace on earth. No. Let's read that again.
Okay. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. And nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right. Now give me the reverse of that. You hold that. Somebody else is gonna give me the reverse of that. Give me Joel chapter 3. Bro. Joel chapter 3, verse 10. So that, now remember that the children of Israel are going to have to learn war, right? Here it just mentioned that the nations will beat their swords into plowshares or pruning shares, meaning instruments of farming, because they're going to be working, right? Now, on the contrary, there's another group of people here, which is the Israelites in Joel chapter 3, verse 10, who's doing something else. While the nations are beating their swords into plowshares, what will the Israelites be doing? Got it? Go ahead, read it.
Joel chapter 3,
Verse 10.
verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords.
Do what?
Beat your plowshares into swords.
Beat your plowshares into swords. Now, somebody who's not educated in the Bible will say that's a what's it called? That's a contradiction. It's not a contradiction. It's talking to two different people. Read that part again, brother.
Joel chapter 3, verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords.
So Shaphat just read that the nations would do what? Shaphat, read yours.
God, sir. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
They're going to beat their swords into plowshares. And the other group is going to do what, brother?
Beat your plowshares into swords.
Beat your plowshares into swords. Go ahead.
And your pruning hooks into spears.
And your pruning hooks into spears. You understand what I mean? Keep reading.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
It's not Cap. I got something. Give that to the Cap, please. You got it? Beat it? Beat your pruning shears into what?
Into spears.
Go ahead.
Let the weak say, I am
And
strong.
what?
Let the weak say, I am
We
strong.
say I'm strong. Watch. You understand me? That's two groups of people who get two different orders.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they getting these orders? Now we got to go to Isaiah chapter 14, finally, Shabbat.
14:1.
Verse 1.
Yeah, that,
14 verse 1. You already know where we're going.
kind of.
Look at Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
The Lord is going to have mercy on Jacob. Go ahead.
And will yet choose Israel.
And will again That's what it says. It means when it says yet there. Again, choose Israel. Go ahead.
Oh God. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Go ahead.
And they shall
and set them in their own land.
Yeah, you missed
Slack it. And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
That's why that land's being cleared out, brother. You going back, right? Go ahead.
Oh God. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Keep reading a little bit more for me, Shabbat.
Come. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Now you understand why they have to beat their swords. All those missiles they talking about, all those planes and all the capabilities they have, those drones, they're gonna have work to do now.
Right.
You understand me? Shabbat, go ahead.
Slack, if I may. I was one of the young men that called me one day because he was talking to another brother, and it was I didn't even know, but he had a heathen on the side asking me questions, and I was going back and forth with the heathen. Didn't even know it was a heathen at first. When I figured it out, I said, man, you got me talking to a heathen, you gonna be my slave. Mm-hmm. And then he brought out, I showed him that it's salvation for us. So he was like, nah, the Bible said Israel's gonna be a light unto us. I said, yeah, you want to see how? And I took him straight here. Straight here. Oh, he was so upset.
I don't know why.
Cause
I don't know why. Let me tell you, I tell people this all the time.
Strange salvation.
Then he is gonna love being under us, man.
right.
Kind of what kind?
What are you talking about? They're worshiping LeBron James right now.
Sir, yeah.
They're worshiping Rihanna right now. They're gonna love it. That's like they're gonna be over. Who do you think they'd rather be under? Let's see, who's the popular? They'd rather be under Michael Jordan or Vladimir Putin? Huh?
Right.
Who do you think they want to be under? Go ahead.
Kind of, sir. I heard a comedian some time ago. He was doing, he had like some content up, and someone called someone who liked him a nigga lover, and he was like, "Come on, man, we in 2000 or whatever at that time." He was like, "You mean to tell me you don't like no niggas? You don't like no basketball? You don't like no football? You don't like no music? You don't like no movies?" You know what I'm saying? You don't like the street light. You don't like your cell phone.
Ham is not dressing in his custom garments.
Mm-hmm.
He dressing like Jake on Southeast.
Right.
That's what I mean. And his parents hate it, but he don't care. You think they don't? Man, please. I don't want to hear complaints. We have reason to complain because they couldn't even season their food. We're gonna teach them how to season food correctly. The food's gonna be, man. Don't get me started. All right, go ahead, Officer Shabbat. All right, Officer Swab, go ahead. You see someone? Y'all done got Swab vote down.
Yes, like I say, no, I can't let things fly over now, especially when it reaches this. And this is why it's so important for us now to take, let me say, all precautions in this manner that we should really come into the I.S.U.P.K under command of General Yahanna. Because the result on this, it's like you now wasn't really brought up how you were supposed to be brought up. And just as the scripture says, these then and them can't take or comprehend knowing that they will be servants.
Right.
And when they actually hear it today, even the African know when they hear that, hey, you will be a servant, they start up other than go on them, and when they look at them on YouTube with the talk, the talk whatever, they're talking and it's like they can't even comprehend. Don't even talk about the East Indian. They are all as well. When they see that they know that a black man going to be rolling over them, it's like, hey, that's why I see the full glee of the pride in everything that taking place right now. It's so important for us as our people, again, as the children of Israel, to really come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. And again, the point that they're bringing it so they just drive it home more and more. And our spirit should be really revived. When anytime any brother come on this platform and are really speaking and bringing out the truth in his blackness.
Most High Christ. Give him a hand. 100%, man. Love me. I mean, he ain't gonna love you. Imagine you coming out of captivity. I mean, the poorest in the land. Everything's against you. Everything's set to oppress you. And you still set the trend on the world scale for fashion.
Right.
You know what I mean? That brother, Bobby Schmurder was talking. He said when he did the research, he found out that one song he made generated $200 million. $200 million with that song. That song wasn't even that amazing. I don't know if people liked it. It wasn't even that amazing to me.
That beat.
I mean, go ahead.
It had a little dance too. You know, your uncle do with the cookout.
But he did that because somebody dropped a beat. He was in the studio. And he just made a song.
Right.
$200 million. Them little sisters are still trying to sue that game. What's that game?
Fortnite.
Fortnite, because they still all their dances.
Kind.
Little girls dancing. They still those dances put in the games. You know what I mean? That's how much flavor you got. Tell me he's some heathen who doesn't even wear deodorant. He's not gonna be happy. That means first of all, it's an honor for him. And I'm not even just saying that. It's an honor for them to be under the Lord's chosen people, man.
Right.
You understand me? In fact, I'm gonna give you one further. When you were set to be under them, it was a disgrace. I will put in Deuteronomy chapter 31. I will put before you of the people who is not a people. I might be paraphrasing. I mean, a people who are not a people in your land. The Lord only consider them more people. And you tell me the people who are not a people are not going to be happy to have us over them. You know what I mean? Now you have all these heathens coming in, they learn how to play basketball, they learn how to dress it. Now they're trying to mix amongst them. I mean, let's not keep reading for me, Shabbat, please.
Come, sir. Come, sir. And the strangers, and the people, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right. Come out of that high horse. Come out of that high seat. You're going to be put in your place. Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
Shall what?
Shall possess them.
The house of Israel is going to, that's ownership. Shall possess them. Go ahead.
In the land of the Lord.
And where?
In the land of the Lord.
The land that's being cleared out right now for you, brother. The land that's being cleared out right now for you. Go ahead.
For servants.
For what?
For servants.
No, for spiritual brothers and sisters.
For servants.
No, for friends.
For servants.
For husbands and wives.
For servants.
For servants. Go ahead.
And handmaids.
And handmaids. Go ahead.
And they shall take them.
This part is important because we just read one group of people is beating their swords into plowshares, and the other group of people is beating their plowshares into swords. I mean, this part is important. They shall take them to what?
They shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Again, a contrast. There's one people who was a captive. Now they're going to be the captors. And the captors are going to be the captives. They're going to be changing roles. Go ahead.
And they shall rule over their oppressor.
They shall rule over their oppressor. You understand? They shall rule over their oppressor. What a beautiful scripture. Give that scripture a hand. You know what I mean? That's not no, you go to heaven and sit with your oppressor. That's not no, you just gonna make peace with your oppressor and let bygones be bygones. You're gonna have to get justice. You're gonna rule over your oppressor. It gets better. Shabbat, go ahead.
I had a precept.
Okay, what's the precept? Go ahead.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2.
Go ahead.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirits shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in division and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God? And his lot is among the saints.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's a Torah precept, bro. Priest. Take me back to the Isaiah.
Okay. Look at Isaiah chapter 14, verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear. And from
the Lord's going to give you what?
Rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear.
You got to get a rest, man, from your sorrow and your fear. Go ahead.
And from the from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, How hath the oppressor ceased?
How has the oppressor, the king of Babylon in this case here is America. How has the oppressor ceased? Go ahead.
Okay. The golden city ceased.
The golden city. Go ahead, keep reading.
Okay. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Keep reading.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Go ahead.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth.
And this part here coming up goes perfect with the precept you just read. Keep reading.
Come. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
When this bastard is under your foot, brother, the whole earth will be at rest. Everybody be in peace. Nobody's laying in their bed. You know that scripture, the wicked, when he lays in bed, he can't sleep because he's thinking about how can he rob somebody. The whole earth is at rest. Keep reading. Go ahead, Shapati.
Salakia, when he said the golden city, I know many of foreigners that I met, they actually thought that America had like streets of gold.
Yeah, my family from in Haiti actually told me that. And you live in the land of the gold, they told me. I was like, well, yeah. When they came up here, they never uttered those words again. They realized this is bondage up here. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come, sir. Verse 7. Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees.
This is all the nations. When you're ruined, they're gonna be so happy. That's what I mean. Because why? Because here's the difference between you and the average oppressor. You have laws, statutes, and commandments you have to live by.
Right.
You understand what I mean? You can't do to people whatever the hell you want to do to people. You gotta rule justly. You understand what I mean? Judgment for the entire earth is gonna come from you. And you're going to be held at a standard because why? You're going to be God's representative on earth. Yasha Allah. You know what I mean? Yasha Allah. What does Yasha Allah stand for?
Prince of the power.
Prince of the power. The children of God. You understand what I mean? You're going to be ruled instead of God. I mean, when I say instead, not that he's not ruling, in his place. You are between the heathens and the Lord. You understand what I mean? You are between the heathen and the Lord. Go ahead, Shabbat.
Just like the Lord told Moses that you'll be to earn what I am to you.
That's it. That's what I mean? And it won't be that intimate with the heathen, though, because they have no place at all with the Lord. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, because like I said not too long ago, right? I think I said to you guys, right? If you can invite a heathen to come worship the Lord, you can invite a high heathen too. It's the same to him. I'm not just saying it. That's what I mean. The zebras should be able to come and serve the Lord too.
Right.
That's what I mean. It's the same to him. I mean, go ahead, Shapati.
I mean, just like interracial marriage, interracial sex is the same as bestiality, fornication.
Right? That's what I mean. It's a sin. Right? Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 8, yea, the fig trees rejoice.
And for those who doesn't understand what Officer Shaphat said, he's 100% right. It is as bestiality. Why? Because the Lord told you, if you give your sons to their daughters, she will entice them to come and serve their gods. He'll become a heathen.
Right.
He'll become a beast. You know what I mean? So when Shaphat said, for those who are offended, he's 1,000% right. Go ahead, Shaphat.
Oh God, son. Verse 8, yea, the fig trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down.
Even the trees gonna enjoy. Good night. Since you've been laid low, since they sat your behind down. Go ahead.
Oh God, son.
The trees gotta go into poetry now. The trees are doing poetry. Go ahead.
Oh God, saying, since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against us.
No fellas come up against us. Right? Nobody's come up against us since you've been laid down. Keep reading.
Oh God. Verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet.
Read again.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at the corning.
Break that down for me, please, in today's terms, what's happening here. Because that's actually, I believe, the title of the class, right? Officer Mukwashia?
Okay.
Break that down for me here. What's happening here? Go ahead.
It's a revolving, the hell of servitude is here to meet you. It's your turn to serve.
Yeah, I'll take that. But there's something deeper happening, man. There's something deeper happening. I was watching this video of people in Yemen, and they just taunting the Israelis. And they're saying to the Israelis, get ready to be without power. Oh, by the way, we're already used to it. Get ready to be without water. Oh, by the way, we're already used to it. Get ready to be without food. Oh, by the way, we're already used to it. Meaning what? What are they saying? We're in hell. We're coming up to meet you. You understand what I mean? We're coming up to meet you. So as the Lord throws, it's like, imagine the Lord throws them in the grave and hell comes up to snatch them while they're still falling. You understand what I mean? Because we've been down here. Y'all about to face it too. Y'all about to get a taste of what we've got. You understand what I mean? They're in hell. They know what hell is like. America is like a queen who has never lost children. You understand what I mean? She'll never be a widow in her mind. They're about to see what hell is. Go ahead.
It's this UPK song. I forgot what song it is. In the beginning, it got at the end of it, it's a skit where he was like, he said, we live in the worst areas, you know what I'm saying, the worst conditions, we eat the worst foods, we do the worst things. He said, man, he said, you had stepped in the cesspool and you're the only one gonna get hurt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Yeah. I can't think of what song it was.
That sounds familiar. You know what I mean? But when you listen to the heathens talk to America and the Israelis, listen to their words. They saying we've already been there. Like a lot of people, I'm gonna give you another one too. We go to the Yemen, right here in America. A lot of people are like, oh no, the stock market might crash. Oh no, we might be, we might have no gas. When we had it, we couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? Oh no, this might go up and that might go up. Bro, we've been in hell. Y'all coming down to meet us.
Right.
Go ahead, Officer McQuasher.
Sir. First, Matthias said, welcome to the club. But also, I was just saying this on Monday where I saw this video, this Edomite saying how she was talking with her friend group, her peer group, and they were saying how low would your bank account would have to be before you would get worried. And this heifer said, $4,000. Mm-hmm. Once it gets to $4,000, that's when she's gonna start to worry.
Man, I never forget. I was in New York one time. I went to see my family in New York, and my brother-in-law had taken me to a Knicks game. and I was sitting next to
In the face.
I was sitting next to two Edomites, and I'm listening to their conversation, and one of them was just laid off, and he's like, "Man, I'm down to $200,000 in my bank account."
Down to
$200,000 on bank, and this is like a serious conversation they're having, and I'm not exaggerating because I remember like word for word, and I'm sitting there like, and the other dude was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you into the job. It only pays $140K, but I mean until you can get back on your feet." I'm sitting there, I'm just shrinking in my seat because I'm realizing like, are they serious or am I being pranked right now? This is their poverty.
Mm-hmm.
This is their shame. You understand? They come from it, and we don't understand it because we was not raised around anything close to that. We're not raised around wealth and power and stuff of that nature. His friends consoling him and telling him, "Look, I'm gonna hook you with this job. Only pays $140K. Because poor you only have $200K. I mean, we'll see what we can do." Go ahead, Shahan.
Salahi, so us layman people can understand it. That's like you said, man, it only pays $80 an hour.
Yeah. Basically. That's what I mean? Basically. And that's them. So now, that's why that verse, that scripture that says, "Hell beneath thee." Read that for me again. Somebody pull that. Read that for me again. I'm too up.
Isaiah 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee
Hell
at thy
from
coming.
beneath. Where's hell? Beneath. Below him. It's moved to meet thee. Meaning, what does it move? Where is it moving to? Which direction?
Beneath.
Yeah, it's already beneath. Hell beneath is moved where? It's coming up to meet thee. You understand what I mean? As you fall, hell is going to meet you. You understand? Keep reading.
At thy coming, it stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth.
The heathens are stirred up to meet this man right now. You understand what I mean? When you hear all these nations and groups and armies, Hezbollah and Hamas and they are coming up to meet this devil, man. You understand? And he's on his way down. You really gotta pay attention, man, to the heathen when they're speaking right now to Esau. They're basically saying, "Look, man, hell is nothing. We've been down here. You're not used to this. You're not used to poverty. You're not used to, no electricity. You gotta watch this." He said, "Oh, by the way, if I was you, I'd get some what do you call those things? What's the things that
Let me get one. Yeah.
it gives you electricity in your house?
Generators.
Get yourself some generators." That's what I mean. He's teasing them. And he said, "We don't need generators. We used to the dark."
Mm-hmm. Right.
God is coming up to meet you. That's why 550,000 Israelis are fleeing Israel. Because hell is coming up to meet thee. You understand what I mean? They're about to go through it, man. You understand what I mean? And guess what? They earned it.
Right.
They earned every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Keep reading.
Even all the chief ones of thee, even all the chief ones of the earth, it have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Right. That's what you see right now happening. Every news. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
What?
Art thou has become as weak as we?
Oh, we weak like us now? You know what I mean? They think they're strong, but they're about to be weak, man. Are you like us now? Are you going to be poor like us now? Are you going to be in the dark like us now? Are you going to have to be in the famine like us now? Are you like us? Go ahead.
Art thou become like unto us? Verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven?
That's the Lord telling you a dead man walking. You understand? That's the Lord telling you a dead man walking. Right? Skip me to one of my favorites, verse 20. What verse are you in?
12, sir. 12.
12. Give me a 21, man. I can't hold it a little longer. I'm trying to be patient. Give me the verse 21, please.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter.
This is what God said. You understand what I mean? This is what the Lord said. Just like Gaza's getting his judgment, just like Damascus is getting his judgment, just like everybody else is getting his judgment, just like we got our judgment. You understand? We did, by the way, we took our judgment. You understand what I mean? We went through what we had to go through when the Lord was against us. But now that the cup is about to be in your hand, you understand what I mean? The cup, now we get to watch you go through your judgment. And you survive what we went through. Go ahead, Kwasha.
Also swap.
Go ahead, Sawab.
I just agree with you with that one. So I say
Say again?
I just agree with you with that we not saying. So I say right.
Yeah, right. Most High Christ. You know what I mean? We went through what we had to go through, and we endured it. And not only did we endure it, they made it go. They made it longer. That's why the Lord said, "Because you what? What's that word? Go ahead, Shabbat. Further the affliction, furthered it. You furthered it because guess what they did? The Lord never asked nobody to pour no drugs in our neighborhoods.
Right.
The Lord never asked nobody to completely destroy us, take the fathers out the home. The Lord never asked them none of that. They did that for the purpose of furthering the destruction. Go ahead.
They stole our whole identity.
They stole our identity so that you, I mean, not gonna go back. You know what I mean? Made you everything here. And when I read things, and I'm reading this thing, I'm like, why do they need pork and toothpaste? They doing all that because it's not. Look, sometimes maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist. Like Commander Yahanna says, man. But God damn, this man's the devil. He is the devil, man. You know what I mean? He knows exactly what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you read about when the Moabites went to that man to try to curse the children of Israel. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about. When he could not curse the children of Israel. And he told the Moabites, as long as the Lord is with them, you can't curse them or do nothing with them. But if he gets them to sin, the Lord will destroy them. That's what I mean? You think that nobody knows about that? You think about nobody studied that formula there? Trust me, Esau. Esau is a bastard. He'll live under the ground and spend 50 years of his life studying the air.
Right.
You think he didn't study you? His number one enemy, Jacob. He's Esau. You think he didn't study you? He studied the ants, but he didn't study you. Right. Come on, man. He studied you. He knows how to destroy you. He knows how to completely conquer you. And he did that. Now it's his turn. You understand me? Read 21 for me one more time, bro, please.
Isaiah 14, verse 20. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
For the sins of their fathers. You understand what I mean? Prepare slaughter for their children, for the sins of their fathers. Don't think you're gonna get away with it. And I better not hear nobody crying for the children. Because this is for the children. You know what I mean? This is gonna be for the children. I mean, the children of this sinner, man. Go ahead.
They do not rise nor possess the land.
That they may never rise and possess land again. Go ahead.
Nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Go ahead.
Verse 22, for I will raise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord.
That's what I mean. How severe is that? How severe is that, man? I mean, is there any more than that?
No, sir.
I mean, that's what's coming to America, right? In fact, I got something else for you. Hold on. Give me go ahead, Shafat.
Book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
That's a good one. That's not what I was talking about, but it's the same thing. That's why you went there. It's the same thing because it's been done over and over again. The one I was talking about was the Moabites specifically asking somebody to curse the children of Israel. This was when this is around the time where and the Moabites, what they did is they sent their women into the land. This is around the time when Phineas had to pierce that brother through with sister. With the heathen? Yeah, because that was them. Because that's how they was gonna get the Lord. That was a whole setup. It's not just, oh, the children of Israel just like the daughters of Moab. They did that on purpose. Go ahead.
Slugger, they're doing that right now.
Of course.
They're offering like 70.
They're offering, they're begging for black men to go to, is it Japan?
Kind.
To go to Japan to impregnate their women. They're literally paying black men to go over there. They're doing it right now. It's nothing new. And you think, oh, they just want to, prolong their lives? No man gives you their daughter.
Right.
You see what I mean? It's straight evil. I mean, I see it. Isaiah chapter 13. Isaiah 13 and verse 6. Let's see what's a little bit more of what's happening. So while that comes, it's developing. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6.
Come, sir. Book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand.
Howl means cry, for the day of the Lord is at hand. Right? A howl is a painful cry. Go ahead.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
It shall come as a destruction from God. Go ahead.
Come. Now, verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Go ahead.
And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
This is coming to a city near you, man. This is coming to a theater near you, Quasha. You ever heard that term, coming to a theater near you? This is coming to a theater near you. Go ahead.
Come. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flame.
Do you see the rise or the rise going on in New York right now? Or the not the rise, but the shoplifting on the levels happening in New York right now? Have you seen that? In New York right now, there's a law that they passed recently that if let's say you go into a store and you start to steal, if it's under $1,000, they can't charge you with nothing. And mobs are running into the store and collecting $999 worth of stuff and running out. You know what I mean? That's what's happening in New York right now. And so, in fact, because this is happening, a lot of the major companies like Macy's and Target, all of them are leaving New York. The place is about to collapse. The place is getting ready to collapse. That's what I mean. Keep reading. I don't know what genius. Like now, we're gonna ask you a favor. Like, who would pass such a law? The demons. The demons.
God, yeah.
The demon went to some idiot's mind and say, look, if you do this, this would be a good move. He said, I got an idea. You understand what I mean? I got an idea. Look up the rioting or the stealing in New York. Go ahead.
It's like it reminded me when they was having a meeting about what was his name?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm referring to. Right? Go ahead.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger.
The day of the Lord cometh with love, is it? Did you say?
Wrath and fierce anger.
What's the word before wrath and anger?
Cruel.
Cruel. The day of the Lord coming cruel. Cruelty. Wrath and anger. Let me tell you something, man. Let me help every Israelite out who thinks that, this place could be saved or people have a chance. Let me tell you, the Lord does not love this land or the people of the land.
Right.
You understand what I mean? The Lord don't give a damn about these people here and this land. Woe to the city that was built on bloodshed. That's in the Bible. Woe to the city that was, you think you're going to build a city of bloodshed and the Lord's just going to let you live? What is crooked cannot be made straight. It's in the Bible. The Lord's not playing these games. You understand what I mean? He is about to level this place. You think, you sit on your couch, you're comfortable watching what's happening in Palestine, like, damn, poor people. So what makes you different from the people in Palestine? Let me ask you a question. What makes you better than the rats that are running around in Palestine? You better than them? What did you do? The wild dogs running in Palestine. What makes you better than them? Oh, you made in God's image? I couldn't tell. You understand what I mean? I couldn't tell how evil you've been on this earth, man. Keep reading, Shabbat.
Like, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate,
to level this place. Go ahead.
And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Keep reading.
For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
Keep reading.
The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Keep reading.
Come. And I will punish the world for their evil.
No, I will reward the world.
Punish the world for their evil.
I will punish this world for their evil. What's the evil they did? They destroyed his chosen people. That's the evil they did. He's going to punish them for it. Keep reading.
And the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy
go ahead,
of the proud to cease.
The arrogance of the proud is about to cease. I mean, those who think that they are so powerful, they could never be in hell, like, any other nation. You ever see India? That place is hell, man. You understand? That place is hell.
Right.
And so here's my what's it called? My campaign for rulership. India, you will not be as nasty as you are now. A bar of soap for everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
That's a lot. Y'all gonna speak on how nasty they are. They got a whole holiday where they throw
rats,
feces at each other. It's a holiday.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Where they dump the whole city full of
They're
dirt.
heathen people. You understand what I mean?
And they bathe it.
They're heathen people. I mean, they're heathen people. That's okay. The way I've learned to accept it, Bukwash, I like to watch Nature Channel animals, right? And I watch the animals, and I don't get turned off by anything the animals do. I've seen an animal give birth and eat the child. I accepted it because it's beast. They're beasts. Right. What do you want? You gonna convert them into Israelites?
Right.
You gonna give them the law, statutes, commandments? Will you teach them eating your ways? It's in the Bible. Keep reading.
Verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof. Verse 11. Verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Go ahead. And here's another verse, right? Very powerful verse. Listen to this, black man. Go ahead.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Ain't no good black man. Read it again.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
I'm dating down. Read it again.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Black man, you about to be more precious than fine gold. You understand me? You about to enter a world where a PhD in science is not going to save you. A PhD in literature is not going to save you. You understand me? All that stuff is going to be garbage. You understand? The number one question is going to be is, can you keep these men from breaking in and unaliving me? that's what you need a PhD for. I mean, you need a PhD in keeping her alive. You know what I mean? That's what the PhD. That's the PhD that's gonna matter in those days. The Lord's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. I'm gonna tell you. You know that scripture that says, "The Lord will judge by every idle word."
Mm-hmm.
You know that scripture, right?
Okay.
You're gonna be judged by every idle word. When you're just sitting on podcast running your mouth, you don't even listen to yourself and what you're saying. You said, "I don't need no man." Who put a man over you? You don't need a man. No problem. You said, "I'm the prize." What did the Lord say? Read again.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
You saying you're the prize. No problem. You know what I mean? You're gonna find now. Okay. Maybe I'm getting a little bit cold now, right? But I see things now. Like I see a woman on the street struggling and struggling to survive, and even the homeless. And in my mind, how else will the scripture be fulfilled? You know what I mean? Because let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. The Lord has the power to save her. The Lord has the power to help her. You know what I mean? The Lord could have set her here, it would have helped her. You know what I mean? But the Lord left her out there. The Lord left him out there. You know what I mean? Go ahead, McQuash.
It's like that's a Levite in you.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I'm shit. Like I'm not as compassionate as I used to be, man. I see things I accept it for what it is. I mean, I accept it for what it is. I just say, you need to repent. Go back to that man and apologize to that man. Maybe he'll take you in. I mean, maybe he'll take you in. Maybe the Lord have mercy on you. Read it again.
Book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
And here's proof that you shouldn't feel sorry for them. If you read this to them, you know what they're gonna say? You're misogynistic. They haven't learned the lesson yet. Let them learn the lesson, man. Don't jump in. Let them learn the lesson. You understand? This day is coming. The day we read about that's cruel is on its way. In fact, it's here already. Right. It's here already. You understand me? And they're gonna realize that whatever degree they got can't save them. I mean, the Lord put a man over you for a reason.
Right.
You understand? And that day, that man is gonna be more precious. And when we read that scripture, by the way, Christians, they're not just any man. A lot of you are gonna be just like these women, waiting for somebody to rescue you. That's a special type of man. That's the type of man we're building here.
Right.
They're gonna be more precious than fine gold. Guess what? Anything's about to happen. We're not surprised. We're expecting it. We've been waiting for it.
Right.
People call us crazy because we look for this.
Right.
You understand what I mean? Why? Because we know the Lord told us when you see these things happen, do not be afraid. That's what Christ said. Mm-hmm. So these things must happen. You understand? Go ahead, Shabbat.
It's like just the wisdom we have, like we know who our enemy is.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. A lot of these coons, they're gonna think they're gonna go and hide with Esau. Because the days keep reading. Actually, we're gonna. I don't want to deviate, but there's a couple of things I want to point out here. Go ahead.
Come. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place.
What is this talking about here? If you're in a class, you know what I'm saying exactly what this is. Go ahead, Shabbat.
There's going to be the changing of the rulership.
That's it. Or else, or what did we just talk about?
Hell coming to meet them.
Hell coming to meet thee. I will move heaven out of this place. Heaven is what? They're in heaven, right? They're in rulership. They're in authority. They're going down to hell. And those in hell are coming up to meet them.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Okay. In the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall...
Of whose fierce anger? The Lord's fierce anger. You understand me? Go ahead. Somebody has something?
No.
So ahead, Shabbat.
Okay. And it shall be as the chased roe.
These last days are going to be as a chased roe. What's a chased roe? A deer. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. And as a sheep that no man taketh up.
A sheep. When there's a fire in the forest, and the shepherd's first job would be what? To gather the sheep. There's a baby sheep nobody takes up. Go ahead.
Then shall every man turn to his own people.
This is what's about to happen right now. It's happening right now. Every man shall what?
Shall turn to his own people.
Every man will turn to his own people. Meaning what? The Chinese, once this place starts to fall, the Chinese are going to go home. The Pakistanis are going to go home. The Africans are going to go home. Everybody's going to go home. Who has nowhere to go? Who's going to be here? The devil in the land and you. That's who's going to be here.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
And flee everyone into his own land.
Everybody's leaving. Everybody's going to get out of here because there's going to be nothing here. You understand me? There's going to be nothing but oppression here. Nobody's going to stay here. Everybody's going to get out. You're going to be stuck here because guess what? You don't even have an identity. Where you going to go? Where do you go? You're going to be right here for the judgment. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Here we go. Everyone found in the streets thrust through. What is this talking about? The race wars that's coming. Remember, everyone left. Who's fighting here? Who's being found and thrust through? This is the race wars happening right now. Keep reading.
Right. Okay. And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Oh, here the coons. That's them. Everyone joined onto them. Why can't there be peace? We love them. They're going to fall by the sword.
Right.
You understand what I mean? You're going to try to join onto them. You're going to be fall by the sword. Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces.
Go ahead.
Before their eyes.
Go ahead.
Their houses shall be spoiled.
Go ahead.
And their wives ravished.
Good night. That's what's coming to America, man. Hell is coming to America. To a theater near you. You understand what I mean? To a theater near you. Go ahead, Officer Shabbat.
Okay. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
And as you read it, it gets worse and worse because guess what? In the middle of that is also the war that we just read about that's happening also. You have the wars happening and you have this happening. You know what I mean? It's about to get very nasty here. And the Lord's going to make a man more precious than fine gold in that day. You know what I mean? And everybody who hates you is going to realize how valuable you are in that day. And all their education and all the stuff that they thought meant something is going to mean nothing. In fact, the scriptures tell you they're going to throw their gold and silver in the streets. They're going to throw it all in the streets. It's going to mean nothing in that day. Because why? They're trying to save their lives, man. They're trying to save their lives. With that, we are the I.S.U.P.K under Commander Yahanna. We're going to pass the class off the street. Now, yeah.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commander General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves in the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister would get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation, memorial blowing of trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, the 2nd of October, 2024. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. We still in cookout season. Just had the mighty Midwest Fire Weekend. You know what I'm saying? Now next up is the headquarters cookout in New York, August the 30th to September the 2nd. August 30th to September the 2nd. And after that, we have the Southern Cali cookout, West Coast cookout, September the 26th through the 29th. Then we have the Down South Houston cookout, October the 31st through November the 3rd. Slacky, so you want to add anything to it? Constant. Man, I go out there and check on social. Slacky.
Passover is April 20th.
Oh, Slacky. And the announcement of the Passover will be Saturday, April the 12th, 2025, in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we got a while before. Make sure you make your arrangements. Save up that money. It's always a glorious Passover. You know what I'm saying? If I may, anybody else got anything to add? No. Okay. I walk in and check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband or scarf. And with that, I say I might you, which means to stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat, might you. Baruch, Yahanna, Yah Yamatah, class dismissed.